Okay, hey everyone, my name is Leanne Bradley, and today I will be giving my speech over whether or not the political system holds Black Americans back. And I feel like to go into this topic, it's important to go back in history. I feel like the beliefs that the political system holds Black Americans back stems from the era of Jim Crow laws, which were discriminatory laws, which allowed for states, specifically like southern states, to allow for like segregation and unequal treatment of Black Americans. It also goes back to racial disparities, which is the unequal treatment of specific racial groups like Black Americans, as well as voter suppression, which is the discouragement of voting for specific groups like Black Americans. You could also talk about slavery, but I'm not going to talk about slavery. I also feel like everyone doesn't view themselves as political, or you might say you don't like politics, but politics do affect everyone in the room, the school, just everyone in general. So I will be going over 3 perspectives today. My first one will be the beliefs that the political system holds Black Americans back, so that we can understand why this topic is even important. Next, I will be talking about ways the political system does not hold Black Americans back, and then I will be talking about ways the political system does hold Black Americans back. Okay, first the beliefs. So based off of Pew Research, 67% of Black Americans believe that the political system holds them back, and 20% believe that it somewhat holds them back. So if you do the math there, that's 87% of Black Americans believe that the political system holds them back, with women holding this belief more than men do, and 72% of people with a bachelor's degree hold this belief, and they hold this belief over people who only have a high school diploma or no diploma at all. And then 74% of wealthier Black Americans hold this belief over poorer Black Americans. And all of that came from the presiding judges in courts, executive offices, as well as Pew Research. So those are just the beliefs that holds them back. Those are those statistics. Now I'm going to talk about ways that the political system does not hold Black Americans back. So first, we have to go back to the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment grants citizenship to anyone born in the U.S. or anyone naturalized in the U.S. This amendment was created basically to say, if you were born in the U.S., you're not a slave. So this kind of put an end to slavery. So I feel like this amendment basically said, how can we hold you back? We're moving forward now. You're a citizen. As well as, within this bill, there's also the Equal Protection Clause. The Equal Protection Clause allows for Black Americans to demand equal rights and basically fight for equality, because now it's saying the states can't treat them differently based on their race. There's also an increase of representation of Black Americans in government. Like from 50 to 100 years ago to now, there's been a lot more Black Americans in Congress, like the House of Representatives. And we even had a Black president. We had a Black vice president. So we're moving forward, right?
Female.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'd like to talk about the ways that the political system does hold Black Americans back. So based on the Thurgood Marshall Institute at LDF, it said that, we're gonna talk about Project 2025. Project 2025 proposed a bill that limited political participation from Black Americans, which discourages census participation, which leads to a loss of funding for Black Americans. And it also discourages voting for Black Americans, which means now we're kind of moving backwards because we're not getting as much funding, and we're being discouraged to vote, which voting is a way for people to express their beliefs in the US and to see themselves and see what they would like for the country. So if we are being discouraged to vote, we're being represented less although it did say that we have had more representation when we're being discouraged to vote, that's kind of contradicting the other idea. So basically, in conclusion, I would like to say you have to take into account the history, and you have to look at, you kind of do have to look at both sides. You have to look at the amendments, but you also have to look at what's going on with the new laws and just tie everything together for making an opinion. So overall, I would say the political system may or may not hold Black Americans back. Any questions?
What do you think?
I think it does.
How did you prepare for your speech?
It was just a lot of research. I tried to remember everything in my head, but I couldn't. Thank you.
Fabulous, thank you.